the Eldon News at Santa Ana College, this is The Distraction.
Hi, my name is Laura Diaz. I'm a reporter for Eldon News. Last year we started a Spanish page which featured articles that were translated into Spanish. Because of the coronavirus, we thought it was very important to offer that information to our community in a language that they understood. So being a very Hispanic-dominated community and college, we figured that, it would be very beneficial to our parents, to people who are not native English speakers. So the way I did that was that I put the document through Word, which actually has a feature which allows you to translate the document into another language. Obviously that translation wasn't perfect, so I had to read through it, make sure that it was okay, that it was correct. I had to enlist my mom to help me make sure that the words I was using were correct and that it was grammatically correct. So it was really a two-part team.
Hi, I'm Dylan Allen, and I run everything involving the Distraction podcast for the Eldon News. Like most newsrooms this spring, we transitioned into an online-only workspace. During one of our virtual staff meetings, my classmate turned co-host Sarah Harwell mentioned starting a podcast. We wanted to bring some normalcy back to our community, so instead of creating a weekly audio version of the biggest stories, we wanted to talk about life as young adults and engage with our primary audience, other Santa Ana College students. I wanted it to be more of a casual conversation because I thought that's something that we were all missing while quarantined. So as a staff, we decided to cover one topic each week and speak with an expert in each field that we talked about. Our first episode, we talked about relationships, and we featured personal anecdotes and an interview with a local psychotherapist specializing in family and relationships. We found success continuing to talk about what people care about, things like food, movies, music, maybe most importantly during this time, mental health. But it was really difficult to find established professionals that were willing to talk to us. So instead, we brought on other young adults that we knew, especially other students with young careers in each of the fields that we were talking about. So this meant that things often went off topic, especially with the casual conversations. So editing this podcast down to a reasonable length each week was quite a challenge, but it was incredibly rewarding and incredibly valuable for Sarah and I. And while she has graduated, I look forward to spending the next few months creating more content while our community stays at home.
Hi, I'm Brie Castaneda. I am the social media editor for the Eldon News, specifically more for Instagram. And definitely the biggest moment of this year for us was when the whole COVID-19 outbreak had hit and Santa Ana College had made the very, very sudden decision of shutting down their campus. And the fact that so many students immediately looked to us for news, we knew as a team we had to just immediately get that out there. So my team members threw me up in front of the camera as much as it was such a sudden shock, but we all worked together, calling up different offices, calling up different things that students may need to know, and just getting that word out there onto Instagram Live. Such a rush, but it was so worth it in the end to know that we helped so many students.
Hello, my name is Julian Reynoso, editor with the Eldon News. Because we had a online transition that was so quick and very sudden from what it seemed like our school was going to be doing, we created a live updates page on our website where I, as web editor, was able to update the page on a daily basis with COVID-19 case numbers and analytics from Orange County Healthcare Agency, as well as give our readers information about what was going on in their area, such as rent. From that, we were inspired to create what we now call is Debrief, our newsletter that we send out on a weekly basis during the semester. During the summer, we sent it out on a monthly basis, but in that newsletter, we were able to send out pretty much the same thing, but in a larger package. We gave information that was relevant to our readers, which we believe were mostly students and teachers and Santa Ana residents. certain things definitely got a lot more views than others, such as the Black Lives Matter movement, where our reporters were out on the field and getting footage as well as quotes from people that were protesting and were out there on the streets with their signs and stuff. So we definitely learned a lot from doing the newsletter. It was a very new and different experience that we were used to, because typically we are a print edition newspaper. So it was a bit of a journey to get used to that, but it definitely broadened our scopes, and we were able to push Eldon further out there. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Mikey and I'm the multimedia editor at Eldon News. This semester required a lot of innovation to ensure that we were telling stories that quickly informed our school and the community. One of the ways that I contributed was through pitching the idea of doing a series of live stream events so we could answer questions from the students and community members in real time. The first one we did was approximately an hour after the decision was made for the school to go online. That proved very, very helpful to us, as we were able to see what kind of questions the students were asking. We were working with the team to get them answered as soon as we possibly could, and also it helped us see what information we need to publish moving on and how we could further answer those questions. We continued into doing a series of live stream interviews with Rancho Santiago Community College District Chancellor Marvin Martinez, and that was really prolific as we continued to increase the number of questions that we were receiving from students and increased in visitation. This learned that there is endless opportunities in the ways that we create content in journalism, and it's been an absolute joy to work with the staff in a very unconventional semester. It really showed the future of journalism and how even if we're not focused on a print edition, we have so many options. Thanks so much.
Hello, my name is Leslie Guzman. I am the former editor-in-chief of the Eldon News. As the editor-in-chief during a global pandemic, there were a lot of changes in our newsroom that I was involved in. One of them being doing weekly live streams with our district chancellor in order to keep our students and our faculty informed, but also the general public in the city of Santa Ana informed as well. Some of the challenges that we faced was not only the obvious shift between doing newspaper production to going fully online, but also creating an effective schedule and communication system in which all our staff could be more involved in our newsroom remotely. After overcoming these challenges and difficulties, we were able to not only create a bond between our staff members, but also created a bond between the Eldon and the members in the city of Santa Ana. And we learned that our community needs more local news, more reporters like us who were born and raised in the city to keep them informed, to keep them involved in what's going on around them.